Hey everybody, Hunter Fisher Trapper, Trader, Guide, Scout, and Interpreter, and Country Cook Steve Hall here in Nashville, Tennessee, along with pretty Miss Sheila running that camera. Hi Sheila.
Hi.
Are you ready for some butter pecan cheesecake, Sheila?
I am.
Oh man, it's easy to make. First of all, just run down the store and get one of these. I use Keebler graham pie crust, and get the one that says 2 extra servings, and I'll tell you why. When you put all the ingredients in, if you don't use the 2 extra servings, you're going to have some left over. So come on over and let's whip this up. This is so easy to make. You're just going to love this. Start out with 2 packages of cream cheese, 2 8-ounce packages of cream cheese, 1 cup of sugar, and 3 tablespoons of sour cream. Before we put anything else in, we're going to mix that up first. Get that happening. And I softened the sour cream. I brought it to room temperature for a couple hours out of the refrigerator. Then Sheila ran over and put it in the microwave for about 20 seconds to really help it soften up. This is such an easy recipe to make, and it's just to die for. Your guests will love it. Okay, now in here, we're going to put 2 eggs, beaten, already whipped up there. And we're going to put in 2 tablespoons of butter extract. Now when you go to the store and you try to find butter extract, you're probably just going to find a little bottle that says butter flavoring liquid. That's all you need. 2 tablespoons of that, and also down in here is 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So we got our butter extract, or just butter flavoring, 2 tablespoons. And by the way, I always put all the ingredients in the very bottom in the description below the video to get it. Let me get those eggs, butter flavoring, and vanilla mixed in there. Isn't that beautiful? Now I'm going to turn the camera off because I'm going to mix this for about 4 minutes. Be right back. It's been 4 minutes, and now it's time to fold in 3/4 of a cup of chopped pecans. Now I bought chopped pecans, but some of them, see, I can see one right here, have some bigger pieces, and I just kind of reached in and broke them all in half because I don't like big chunks of pecans. I'd rather have them, I don't want pecan chips, but I don't want them like a half a pecan chunks in there. So I see there's still a couple that escape me, but and I'm just going to fold this in nice and kind of mix it until it looks even to me. Anywhere it doesn't look like it has pecans, I'm just going to shove that over there. That looks perfect right there. Now let's get our crust over here. Is this easy or what? Dump this in. It'll become one of your new favorites. You see what I'm saying about that 2 extra serving graham cracker crust? Because it won't fit in a regular one. It'll run over, or you'll have to take the rest of it in the kitchen with a spoon and eat it. Alright, just going to kind of pounce it till it gets out to the edges pretty good. Now here is the somewhat shocking news. We're going to put this in a 300-degree oven for a little over an hour. And we're going to bake it at 300 degrees for 65 to 70 minutes. We'll see you after that's done. Boy, this smells just absolutely terrific. It's got all those ingredients there, the cream cheese, the sour cream, the sugar, the butter extract, the vanilla, pecans rolled in there and baked in this graham cracker crust. It's just back from the oven, so it's still really, really warm. It said cook it 65 to 70 minutes. I just hit the 1 hour, then I went over to the minutes and I put in 7 minutes. So it was in there 1 hour and 7 minutes. It has a nice little golden ring around the outside. It was fairly puffy when we first took it out. Now it's kind of flattening. I'm going to let it rest here for about a good 15 or 20 minutes. Then we're going to put it in the refrigerator for several hours before we cut it. Then we might put a few little pecans on top, maybe drizzle some caramel. I'm not even going to get into all that. We'll see in a little bit. Well, this looks just terrific. It's been resting for about 45 minutes now. When it come out of the oven, it was just kind of domed. Now it just kind of flattened out. Looks really good. Now it's time for the refrigerator because I can touch it all the way around. It's still a little warm, but it's just ready for the refrigerator for several hours. Then we'll bring it back and cut it. Sheila and I just got back from work doing a show, and this has been in the refrigerator for about 5 hours. It's just so nice and firm. I'll bet it's delicious and cold and yummy. Get yourself one of these ready crusts that are 2 extra servings, and all the ingredients that I told you will fit right in there. Come on over, let's cut this thing and dress it up a little bit. Let's put some pecans on top of here to dress it up just a smidgen. And I've never figured out how you should cut a pie up. I'm sure there's a pattern out there somewhere, but I'm thinking, what if I just take this and put a little mark here and a little mark there? Won't that be the right size to get out with that unit? Should be about right, shouldn't it, Sheila?
It's good to me.
It looks great. Now let's see if we can do the right thing and get this out of here without making too big a mess. Oh, it's breaking loose nice. Look at here. You're going to be able to give me credit in just a second. Whoa, let me get it on this plate here. Here's one for you. Let me move this over here. And I'm going to do the same thing. I know it's going to be about that big. Aha! And put that one over here. And we could not be happier than get off work and have such a yummy little thing staring nose to nose. And look what I've got. Now, she's from Alabama, I'm from Minnesota. So I say, let's put a little bit of caramel, drizzle it on top here, and she says, let's put some caramel on here. Hey, it's all depends upon where you're from.
On mine, I'll take some Cool Whip on top of that.
Oh, well, goodness gracious. Let's pause the camera. We'll be right back. We shut it off long enough to get Sheila what she wanted. A little dollop of whipped cream on top of these. Goodness gracious. I'll maybe put a little bit more on hers over here. Only because she deserves it. Notice she's got the bigger piece. I'll put a little more on mine too. She's got the bigger piece, and I use a manly fork, something you can get a hold of. It's got some body to it. And she likes these little thin forks that, I don't know, it just seems like you can't get your hands on, but she loves them. And there you have it. Man, this is so delicious. I got to tell you, a second ago, after cutting that, I licked this butter knife, and it is absolutely delicious. This is going to be one of the shortest endings of any recipe because we're going to eat this stuff. Sheila, join me on camera, would you please? I'm going to switch this over to your side. There you go. And we've got to give this a taste test because it is to die for. Remember, there's pecans inside this and pecans on top with the caramel sauce. I'll say caramel tonight. And some whipped cream. And
Good? Mm-hmm.
I thought I'd let you do it. Isn't it great?
Really good.
Because I've said fantastic on this show 1,000 times, and it's just really, really delicious. On behalf of myself, Steve Hall, and Pretty Miss Sheila here in Nashville, Tennessee, we hope you subscribe to our channel. There's a little shotgun red face will pop up over there in a minute if it hasn't already. We'll put a recipe over here, but I'm going to put it down lower so it don't block her face. And is this the best butter pecan, what is it, cheesecake you ever tasted? If it ain't, it ought to be. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
That works.
Mm.